Hello, guys. How are y'all? We're a little bit late because of me. I was working until a point in time I didn't realize it's gonna be working until, and then I just got home like 10 minutes ago, and I just chowed down on a big sandwich because I hadn't eaten yet today. So my bad. But we are going to be starting soon. Iron Lithium, or I should say, Hot Dog Magoo is going to host from AC Roos. We have tonight AC Roos versus Aimless eSports. So exciting stuff tonight. In fact, AC Roos is going to be defending their undefeated status in the tournament. They are the only team currently remaining that is completely and like totally undefeated. And by totally undefeated, I mean they have not yet dropped a map at all. Nothing. Another interesting fact is that if, or it is, I should say not if, whichever team between, oh, I need to update the teams. I'm sorry here. I am in a rush today. This is going to be EC Roos. On this side. And this is going to be, let me move that to the middle. Hard stuck, not anymore. This is now going to be Aimless eSports. Oh my god. Getting the messages. I am like all over the place today. Get Aimless eSports over here. What's up, fam? Okay, so whichever team between AC Roos and Aimless eSports wins tonight's event, this one right now, will be the rank 1 seed in the tournament. So we are seeing two teams right now competing essentially for first seed. Now, as well, hold on, just making sure your name doesn't have a color. You're expecting all, yes. Correct. Thank you. Perfect. They got me on all spec. What was I saying? Yes. Yesterday, we made sure to spam that duck to help hard stuck. Now, your options today, you could spam a goose to help AC Roos, or you could spam something like a Blorts to help Aimless eSports. The thing is, I don't know what a Blorts is. So that's really unfortunate for Aimless eSports. If there's a goose out there, though, then AC Roos looking pretty clean tonight. Anyone got a goose? Any gooses in the chat for AC Roos? Aimless, you got this. Let's go Aimless, says Schwain. That's interesting. Schwain, why are you rooting for Aimless? Or why are you rooting for Aimless, huh? What about you, Crypt? Why are you rooting for Aimless? Is everyone just kind of like picking the underdog here? What is actually happening? That's my question. What is actually going on? I'm going to make sure I'm in my caster channel in case any casters want to join me. Go Roos. Okay. We got some Roos fans in the chat. So if anyone you got a goose emote, let's see, what is this, a goose emote? What am I seeing here? Got like a fucking rabbit. There's no goose that you can spam to get to like a flunk. A flunk doesn't even rhyme with anything. What's in a flunk? Roos got this. AC Roos woo Aimless. Spam this monkey to help out Aimless. Soviet, I don't think you know how this works. I don't think you realize you were doing great yesterday with the duck, but today I don't know that you can use monkey. Okay, we're gonna wait. I'll say R. I'll say R. Okay. I'm also the one that's holding up this game because I'm waiting for somebody to find a goose emote for AC Roos and for someone to make up a new emote that's called Blorts for Aimless eSports. I'm having way too much fun with this. I'm sorry. That's fair. That is fair. Okay. Crypt makes a good point there. Undefeated Roos. No, that's true. AC Roos is completely undefeated right now. Now, Aimless eSports is also undefeated, but not at the same level, right? AC Roos is 4-0, 4-0 on rounds 1 and 2. And Aimless eSports has actually dropped some maps, despite having never dropped a match. They have dropped maps. Okay, and so AC Roos slightly higher seeded at the moment. Slightly higher seeded, just a little bit, just a wee bit, just a little bit. What we're seeing is, I just want to make sure we have Iron Lithium. Iron Lithium, that is AC Roos's team. So blue is AC Roos, and red is Aimless eSports. Okay, we're seeing the Monkey Junk Sim coming from AC Roos. That's interesting. We're seeing Saber on the Diva. They're going with Diva, Pharmacy, Sojourn, Kiriko. So this is super interesting. We're also seeing Teleport straight out of the gate here, not really on to point. Whenever you see the Sim, usually you see the Sim straight to point, but they actually swapped to Sojourn here. So Sojourn is going to, oh my god, I'm doing it again. I am so sorry. That didn't happen. That didn't happen. That didn't happen. That didn't happen. Okay. We see AC Roos on point here as I struggle to make sure I'm on the correct scene in OBS. And despite AC Roos having not used the Sim TP to get straight to point, we still actually do see AC Roos get point advantage first. And I think part of that is because, yes, they didn't TP into point originally, but Aimless eSports didn't TP through the window either. They're going for a completely different strategy, and this different strategy is they just want to poke from outside of the point for as long as possible using the Pharmacy, while AC Roos wants to just hold point as much as possible. AC Roos doesn't even want to leave point. I think that Aimless eSports does intend to push point eventually, but they do want to get out as many reaches as possible. As you see them take the other side's team's coats, we already see a Diva Bomb coming from Saber. That's a very fast ult, as we're not even like done with the first fight yet, and we already have Saber coming out with ultimates. We also see ultimates coming from AC Roos. We see the Kitsune Rush coming down, and we also have Valkyrie available if they want to use it. So at this point, they don't really have to. I mean, they've just proven that Aimless eSports can't even touch point. We see the Primal coming out, actually pushes the Diva off the cliff. Is Diva going to be able to come back? Does barely, kind of grinded the roof there with like Tony Hawk just for a moment there. We see actually Ari comes out with a barrage, and we see Kitsune Rush from Bionic Berry. This actually is a lot of pressure on point, except that AC Roos is able to withstand all of it. And despite all the ultimates coming from Aimless eSports, AC Roos, just an absolute tank of a team, able to take all of it to the face. No one has died, I don't think, yet from AC Roos' side. Easy. We're seeing spam this tree to help AC. Okay, that's a creative one. As we see, Aimless eSports trying to make one last push for the point here. 87% of the clock for AC Roos. We're going to see a full retreat from AC Roos as they activate Overclock, defending points with anything they can. Bamboozle does get a pick onto Platty, and we see a visor from PK Master. Anything that they can find here to keep advantage of the points as much as possible. Valking Mercy kind of pushes AC Roos off of the point. If you saw that, they were very intimidated by Cav on the Valking Mercy, and no one wanted to duel the Valking Mercy. And I'll say it one more time, that's right, Mercy pulled out the Glock and made AC Roos shiver in their boots and run off the point with the Mercy Glock. And that is definitely the meta now, by the way. You absolutely have to see Cav pull out the Glock and scare the enemy team off point as much as possible. Absolutely is the play from here on forward. Spam this monkey to help out Aimless. What is this? Y'all are so funny. Okay, we're going to see a rush on point from AC Roos. They're actually going to try to push as hard as they can here. The Diva Bomb actually sneaks out into Garden there. Probably save themselves with that Suzu, so no one died on AC Roos' team. Kirillef does find Cav. That's not what you want to see if you're Aimless eSports. A few more kills now, and this actually looks like it's really in favor of AC Roos. I'm not really sure how you hold this. It's just going to have to be stagger as much as possible. You're not going to be able to do it. It does look like AC Roos, 99% overtime ticking down. That's going to be the first round for AC Roos. Wow. What a game. Let's go blue. Let's go Roos. Okay.
1-0.
Big retake. Yeah, that's true. That was a crazy retake from AC Roos.
Ready for battle.
Really well played. And the Diva Bomb was so close to like finding somebody, but I think the Suzu from Fenrir just like really clutch. Good stuff coming from Fenrir there on the Kiriko. A similar comp coming out for this one. Iron Lithium does still want to stay on the monkey. They're really comfortable with that, but we're now seeing Saber also swap over to the monkey here, and that's interesting as well. So both teams agreeing that we should be playing monkey, but not agreeing on what we should be playing for any other hero. We have 8 completely different heroes for the non-monkeys. No, now we are seeing actually matching Sojourns on both sides. So there's a little bit of a copy on these. It looks like Aimless eSports immediately takes White Room, has a better brawl in the moment, finds Iron Lithium, and that is a fight over. There is absolutely nothing you can do on AC Roos' side to take back that fight once you've just lost your tank. Your tank down, you have to retreat. That's going to be first point cap for Aimless eSports, exactly what they need to start turning this around. You see now Iron Lithium obviously on the Orisa has swapped off of the monkey. Is it that Saber has scared Iron Lithium off of the monkey? Can't handle the monkey duel. However, EC Roos does seem to have their Orisa pick paying off as they do take a brawl with Aimless eSports. They do win the brawl, and now it's just a matter of cleaning up and capping the point for themselves. Only about 26 or so percent. 25% looks like for Aimless eSports. Wow. So AC Roos taking it back. They're on like a very like range pressury comp, right? And they've got like the Soldier and they've got the Sojourn and the Orisa all together able to shoot at range. And that's going to be pretty cool if you're playing down this hallway. This hallway looks really deadly to play against the sort of range pressure. You see Saber has swapped over to the Orisa. That's also interesting. And I'm wondering what that's about. Is it that he wants to walk past the enemy tank and start beaming down squishies? And I think that's what we're going to try to see here. In the meantime, we see Bamboozle literally get a 4K, 5K actually. So, wow. Bamboozle is all over the kill feed. That's one for the screenshots. Wow. Okay. Can we get a pog in the chat for Bamboozle, who just showed us what it requires to go Super Saiyan 3 in Overwatch? Because, oh my god. I don't know how you even like follow up with that. I mean, if you're AC Roos, wow, they're all gonna take the White Room themselves against this Zarya comp, which doesn't create quite the same kind of spam lane as the other team does. So I kind of feel like AC Roos is gonna have no problem walking into point here, especially with the overclock. And if they commit any more ults to this, it's definitely gonna be their point without any sort of contest. And here we now see 3 ults from AC Roos committed in order to try to take back this point. A grab comes out from Aimless eSports. They're going to do anything they can here to hold as much as possible. And one thing to keep in mind is Cav is on the Lucio. Lucio can stall this out for so long as they don't misplay. They can keep the Lucio around and keep contesting, or they could do something else, which is win the team fight. And that's exactly what we see here. 80% on the clock. This looks like it is going in favor of Aimless eSports. Fenrir just saying, hey, kill me. I'm done. Oh, my. 88% is anyone going to touch. Looking at the enemy team here, is it going to be, I think Reaper's going to have to TP to point. You see PK Master here looking for the TP potentially. There he is. They are going to get the touch. Arisa's also on point. It's a little bit split though. Are they going to get punished for it? It looks like Iron Lithium is going to go down early. Ari uses the ult, finds another. That's going to be it, honestly. I don't know that we're going to see any more touches here. It's overtime. Looks like it's going to be Aimless eSports' favor. That is, wow. So, as I suspected, this does look like it might be one of those giga banger matches where we're going to see this go the distance. This is not like one-sided one way or another. These are pretty close games, and each team seems to be putting some pretty big blows. So it's like, I'm excited for whatever is going to come next here. Like, I'm actually really excited. This is going to be a good match. Good stuff, Bamboozle. Come, oh my god, can I even pronounce this? Chicken McThugget. That's a good name, dude. That's a good name.
5.
Insane hold. No, it's true. That wasn't actually an insane hold. Round 1 was a fluke, says Mad V. Oh, man. spam that goose to help AC Roos, I suppose. You see the Sigma comp coming from Iron Lithium here. I've not seen Sigma on this map. It's going to go against the Ramatra. I don't know how this is going to go, honestly. Definitely throwing a curveball for me in both directions. I don't see either of these tanks on this map super. I guess I see Ramatra pretty often here, but Sigma definitely a little bit weird. Aimless eSports does seem to have a little bit more point control, but it's really hard to say, honestly. You look at the high ground up there, and it's pretty much all AC Roos. We see Platy just kind of flying around in the sky there. Just no one's. Some people are shooting. We do see a res. Res actually comes off. This is actually big for AC Roos. I think they are. I think it is even if they can make a play, but it's just the momentum is so far behind. Really interesting to see yourselves like kind of like even or even up in the numbers game, but such negative momentum that you get pushed all the way back to your spawn. Absolutely crazy stuff. Aimless eSports, I think, expertly well played there. Both teams are opting into this Junkrat play, and I think they are listening to me as I feature all these matches and tell everyone to play Junkrat, or maybe they just know. Kirith there does find Cav. That is going to make a 5v4 for AC Roos, but they do have to capitalize on it. And now we're seeing the Annihilation. Even though you're 5v4, can you actually win this? Now that's actually a kill on Saber. They're committing even more else. Okay, now we're going to get a lift. Junkrat's going to come up. Junkrat's going to die, and this actually is going to go in favor of AC Roos. And I think one thing they're struggling with here is I think they're struggling with how to exactly take space as Sigma, where I think it's a little bit easier to take space as Ramatra. So I think that's what we're seeing here. And but you know, I'm happy to be proven wrong. We're going to see a great rotation. I love seeing this. This is a rotation up on the top from Aimless eSports. Seeing if they get a little different thing. And now they're going to actually double back. They're speeding now with a Lucio through main. And was AC Roos even ready for that rotation? I'm not exactly sure if they were. Here comes the Tire. Tire finds PK Master. I don't know if that was a weird thing up there. Anyway, it does look like Aimless eSports is being pushed back a little bit here. The spam is a little bit too much for them to handle, so they are going to have to do a bit of a regroup. Looking at the ults, though, Aimless eSports does have a pretty massive advantage at this point. So it's just as far as ults economy goes. I'm imagining we're going to see something like overclock here pretty soon. The window goes down. That's going to create a lot of space for Aimless eSports, although a pretty good positional rotation from AC Roos getting outside of that window. Now, I mean, if Aimless wants to stay in this, he'll probably have to commit another ultimate ability. We're also seeing Ahri having swapped over to the Mei. An interesting choice. Are they going to be able to find any good walls to make that worth it, is my question. Bamboozle does find PK Master. That's a start if you're Aimless eSports here. That is where you want to start here. The wall comes down, doesn't really split anybody off. And now Iron kind of has to ult just so that he's not isolated. In doing so, though, actually lifts 4. However, doesn't find any kills. And now this Annihilation does take the point back for Aimless eSports. If you are AC Roos, you did get up to 97%. That is pretty good. If you just get one more fight win, you do win this little map and the round. So that's exciting if you're AC Roos. However, point is currently in control of Aimless eSports, and they are going to do anything they can to keep this point for the rest of the game. We do see Iron Lithium did switch over to the Monkey, so they're going to go for like some kind of dive on the backline here. That could actually be really strong. As we're seeing now, Kirith use the overclock, finds the lamp, but nothing else. Super interesting. We still have all 5 people alive, except nope, Bionic Berry just died. That beat comes out from Cav. Just trying to hold this as long as possible here. If you're Aimless eSports, the wall comes down. That's a lot of kills. That is a lot of kills in favor of AC Roos. Yeah, Bamboozle really had to hold the point there as long as possible. The point's going to flip. It's 98%. I don't know if it's going to hit overtime. No, it's not overtime. That was super duper close. Wow. That really came down to like almost like 99 to 99.
Play of the game.
Okay, can you hear me? Dang. Wow. Okay, I blue screen of death. That sucked. Hope everything's okay. I am back now. My bad. Something happened with my Discord. It kind of like crashed, then reopened, and then all of a sudden it said something about OBS crashed, and then it blue screened me. Dude, it was wild. It was like a whole thing. But I'm back. I'm ready. It's King's Row. Apparently, King's Row. All right. Welcome back. We are back, boys. It's time. All right. It looks like people are running up. Apologies again for the blue screen of death I just had and ruined everything. I'm really hoping I don't blue screen again. I didn't even open Discord. It's not even open. I don't even have Discord open. That's not to say that Discord was the cause of it, but Discord did screw up just before I blue screen, and then all of a sudden OBS screwed up. But whatever. We're seeing now. Yeah, I like what this person said in chat. AC so good they broke the game. Yep, that's true. Big true actually. So if you missed last round, in last round it was neck and neck, actually insanely close on Lijiang Tower. It went down to the third map of Lijiang, and it was 99 to 99. AC Roos barely clawed away a victory here. So we are not in a situation where we're going to see some like fall flat on your face 4-0. That's not happening right now. This is going to be an absolutely insane match. Keep spamming the monkey to help Aimless, which does not rhyme in the slightest, but I approve. And then you spam the tree to help AC. Also clever. Let's go blue. Let's go Roos. Roos? Oh, you know what it is? Is that kangaroos? Is that what it is? AC Roos? I'm dumb. Okay. We are seeing a Sombra, by the way. I don't know if you all realize that. Ari, absolute Giga Chad on the Sombra. Let's see what I'm going to do with this. Can I try to find an isolated tar? Oh my god, can I please stop forgetting this? I'm so sorry, guys. You know what they did? They used Sombra to run out into the enemy backline, enemy territory, and just scout out whatever comp they were playing. And that was it. And then they teleported back to spawn and picked their comp based on what they saw. Really, really smart stuff. That's actually like really high level play that I don't see super often. Despite that though, it does look like AC Roos, I'm gonna call him now, AC Roos is kind of handling it pretty well. Like even though Aimless eSports kind of scouted out exactly what they were playing, it does look like they are still pretty resilient to what's going on. Like Ari is spamming with this Pharah, but the spam shots, I mean, some of them are kind of hitting, some of them are kind of like not. So it looks like Kirilleth is just kind of like firing back. And here we go. We do get a little bit closer here from Ari. Ari now actually splashing some really big damage on the enemy team. But still, I mean, like, Kirith here has to take quite a few rockets in a row, given that they have like this mercy pocket on them. Still a lot of space on top, and actually, like, look at the entire Aimless eSports team. They're actually just taking the high ground in the upper right here, which is pretty incredible stuff. And we see as well Saber kind of just tiptoeing on point as much as possible, and it looks like it's kind of difficult actually for AC Roos to deal with the Zarya on point with all these other angles that are happening from the high ground. As Ari pulls out a 2K barrage, exactly what you need to see if you're an Aimless eSports fan. Bamboozle finds Platy, and this looks like a fight win for Aimless eSports. Aimless eSports seems to really be finding the rhythm now. I think that Aimless eSports is super happy with finding these sort of like longer term fights, finding their opportunity, and really like being patient, waiting and just like taking their time. And that's something I think I actually really respect about Aimless eSports. They're very patient, very methodical players. That's exactly what we're seeing here. They just poke just long enough until they find the opening that they're actually looking for. Meanwhile, we have AC Roos just kind of holding on to this choke as much as they can, firing as much spam as they can into this choke just to hold as much as possible. This actually is going to be pretty tough for Aimless eSports to crack open. I think the start of it is going to have to be a pharmacy flank of some kind. Although they are off the Pharah, I just realized that because I'm kind of goofy sometimes. Here comes, oh, they threw the grab. I thought that it was eaten for a moment, but it wasn't. Aimless eSports is a little bit on top of this. 4v3 currently in their favor. The Kitsune Rush matched on both sides, but now all just Kitsune Rush for Aimless eSports is they kind of just plow over and lawn mow through the rest of this. Iron Lithium is going to be kind of last to die there as everyone else does get out. Kirith here just trying to stay alive. Actually might not be able to survive this beam. We're going to have to use the slide to get into that little corridor over there. Zarya's not really chasing, but maybe she is. Actually, she is going for the little chase here for a little bit. Saber being extremely confident, walking really far forward on the Zarya. You see, we saw this yesterday, just some crazy Zarya play from Salmon. Today we're seeing actually some very aggressive and kind of impressive Zarya play from Saber. So Zarya better realize that hero is on the map as Kirith gets an overclock kill on the Zarya. We see PK Master now committing his ultimate. That's both DPS ults now from AC Roos to take back this point and get all their control back. Meanwhile, we do see Saber swapping over to the D.Va and an ult advantage in favor of Aimless eSports. Aimless eSports coming at this now with both DPS ults and a Valk. And I imagine we're going to see at least one of those DPS ults and Valk come out this fight to recapture this point. The only thing they're going to be able to respond with is actually just matching the Valk, except that I think that the spam probably better from Aimless eSports, just because they have the D.Va. We'll see kind of how this goes. We see now the Overclock and the Valk come from Aimless eSports side, and we do see the matching Valk coming from Platy on the AC Roos. Progress, as we suspected, is made just slowly, just here and there, as Aimless eSports is kind of looking for that opportunity, as I said before. Not being too quick, not making too many rash decisions, as Bamboozle pulls out the visor after all the other responses are kind of gone. And just as soon as he pulls out the visor, he does actually go down to PK Master and gets kind of booped away from Iron Lithium. Kind of a nice primal coming from him there. However, like, point control definitely seems to be in favor of Aimless eSports at the moment. There's not really a whole lot of people from AC Roos on point. They're kind of just playing the spam corners here, and at this point, they've lost their tank. This is Aimless eSports game to lose right here, or just their fight to lose, I should say. The rush comes out. This is big. I might have to just eat my words right now because they did actually just get a res onto the monkey. That could be a major turning point here. In fact, it does look like Monkey is chasing a Squishy over there in the back line, and AC Roos on like full counter here. They're actually able to turn this entire fight around off the back of that huge resurrection from Platy. An absolutely game-changing, fight-breaking resurrection. Get your tank back. Didn't see it coming.
30 seconds remaining.
Aimless eSports kind of gathering their forces up a little bit here, taking the high ground first. Although Iron Lithium might be caught out a little bit more than he wanted to. Iron Lithium does go out first. The res is technically available. Here does get a couple of kills. That's definitely what you want to see. The res does come out again. Another amazing res here from Platy, keeping the team alive, keeping the tank active for AC Roos, and is pulling out the Valk at the moment to finish everything off. Really, actually, like, amazing mercy play here from Platy. Not to mention that as well, great shots from Kirith on the overclock. Now, the counter is coming pretty quickly here, as we see a couple of picks come from Aimless eSports. And you also see this massive Kitsune rush that kind of just ran over the entire point there, gave them all the space they needed to take as much as they need. Overtime clock ticking as they're about to get the second tick. I don't think anyone's going to stop him from getting the second tick. And now it's just a matter of playing in the more closed space. of point 3 in the foundry phase over here. And I think what's going to matter a lot is who controls the top of this high ground. This high ground here, really important. It's kind of one of those power positions that both teams wants to fight over. We'll see kind of like how AC Roos and how Aimless eSports intends to fight around that. Now, Saber is over to the Orisa. I just now noticed that. And so this is definitely a different kind of team comp for them. And I think actually Orisa does play pretty well against the Monkey in this smaller space. So we'll see how it goes. Again, just kind of looking for a play here. Aimless eSports, methodical players. They play a little bit slowly here. Kirith comes out with the kill on the Bamboozle, and that is maybe waiting a little bit too long to find your opportunity for Aimless eSports here. And the res does come off on Saber, but at the cost of your own life, and after you've kind of already lost the fight, here's Saber just kind of jumping into the foundry, not to feed any more than they really have to. Wow. And look how far forward Iron Lithium is up on top of this high ground, just kind of like shooting Teslas into the enemy spawn. Like, I've just not seen a whole lot of that, and that's kind of interesting to see. Just how far forward the Monkey is playing. It has to drop. Whoa, okay, had to drop the bubble and drop the Kitsune rush forward, and I don't think that the whole team was ready to actually commit to a fight there. And so this is looking really weird, but then again, the DPS from AC Roos is just absolutely nasty, coming with multiple picks here, able to make sure that this is looking pretty secure for AC Roos. However, that is still 2 points capped for Aimless eSports.
Complete.
Wow.
Score
Okay.
0-2. Switching sides.
They didn't get like super far into the foundry area. They only got into like around the beginning of it, which is not terrible. That's still 2 points capped. However, if you ever lose the first cap of if you ever lose that second cap, and I'll bring my camera there so I can point to it. I feel like if you ever lose this point right here, then getting the cart up to this distance feels almost like rudimentary. It seems like you're almost guaranteed to get there.
Ready for battle.
It's gonna be kind of hard, I think, to actually defend that because it's not super far. So assuming you lose second point, it's gonna be really tough for Aimless eSports to then defend the actual winning, like the winning line. They'll have to be playing perhaps some fast heroes to get back to the point quickly. Otherwise, they just put 3 on cart and it just kind of sails. However, they don't really have to worry about that right now. What's important right now is can AC Roos take the first point? Because it's very possible. We could see a full hold here. We never know. Saber is on the Ramatra. We are seeing a Mei. A Mei does tend to hold this out for quite a long time. I think it's a really good play from Ari to be playing the Mei. Getting this wall here is going to be pivotal if they can find a nice wall. However, getting a wall onto the Monkey comp actually kind of difficult. It's not an easy task finding a wall against this comp. Especially when you're playing the sort of like Genji and the Mercy. You're not really playing like the Lucio Reaper, the one that sticks together so much. Like, there is quite a lot of spread, and you can see here, look at all the space that's controlled by AC Roos. I mean, they flipped the map at this point. But still, like, lots of space. This is definitely some interesting stuff. Genji might even be like too far in, as we see Iron Lithium leaping in, putting the bubble down. The wall goes down. Wall actually does do some decent stuff there. And Aimless eSports finds the picks they need. Now has to deal with the bubble, but bubble is done. And this is now a 5v3 on point for Aimless eSports. No tick gotten for AC Roos. Wow. I mean, the dive was set up there really well. They had PK Master going through the hotel, setting up the little push there, the staging for the Genji, and then they leapt in with the Iron Lithium, but like there wasn't really any other follow-up they could do, so it kind of didn't quite work. We see some cooldowns used there from Ari, so Mei is going to back up from the Lithium side, or sorry, from the Aimless eSports side. Now the wall comes down and is actually a decent split, except for you see Iron Lithium in the enemy backline, kind of just punching them around and pushing them on the other side of choke. We do see the res on the Saber. That is key here. If you do want to take this as Aimless Esports, you got to have that tank back on your team, as Bamboozle gets a 2K visor. Absolutely what you need to see as Aimless Esports fans in this moment. Wow, and you know, just like that, we are 2 minutes into this, and there's only one tick so far on the side of AC Roos. What? We're only one tick in. There's 2 minutes. 2 minutes left to get the last 2 ticks. The wall was good, except it just didn't quite stop the Orisa. The blade comes out. However, Saber responds to the blade with the Annihilation. This could be pretty insane. However, is the blade just too good? It's a question. A lot of ults coming out from both sides here. And it turns out it is really, really hard to beat this Ramatra ult. This Annihilation is so insane. Iron Lithium still taking damage to it. Finally uses the Javelin on Saber to pull out of the LOS. Saber finally drops Annihilation, and so the Iron Lithium can get some breathing room. Absolutely crazy. We are now 1 minute left on the clock. 1 minute for 2 ticks. It is on AC Roos to make a play, to do something, but they have to play against this Blizzard. They did not eat the Blizzard. The Blizzard does come down, freezes Iron Lithium. Are they going to kill him? Iron Lithium down. That's tank down. And Saber has 2 picks. This is 5v3 in favor of Aimless Esports at the moment. And we're only going to see if this gets staggers here, then Aimless Esports really only has to win like maybe one more fight to actually take the map. Full hold on King's Row. This is actually coming down to the wire. This is getting extremely exciting at this point. Iron Lithium back on the point, so not a whole lot of extra picks off that 5v3 advantage. And PK Master finds Bamboozle. That's where you will need to be if you're an AC, if you're an AC Roos fan. It's now 5v3 in favor of AC Roos, 5v2. This is great picks from AC Roos, able to finally take the space they need, find what they need, get the res onto PK Master, and cap the rest of this point. Wow, so it is not ending right here. It is not ending. If you're a fan in the chat, you know, spam that kangaroo to help AC Roos. I suppose. And it's been working. It's been working, as you see, because AC Roos did finally cap that point. We are seeing, I don't think, there's no switches from either side, I don't believe. Art's just kind of moving. Just kind of moving a little bit. Just a little bit of schmoving. Both teams are going to kind of meet at the books here. And this wall is huge. This wall is pretty much everything. If you're Aimless Esports, you got to capitalize on that. And they weren't quite able to. Being 2 down, they popped the Annihilation. This could be extremely risky, and it was risky. In fact, while it did get picks, I don't think it's going to win the fight. Unfortunate for Aimless Esports, as AC Roos does continue to push the cart here.
Hi.
Wow. So, in this position, AC Roos does have Russian Tire. You're coming up on Terra Surge. If we look at the other side, we're coming up on 4 ults as Saber swaps over to the Orisa. Orisa is a pretty good pick. Sorry, not Orisa. The Zarya, which is actually a really good pick against the Orisa. We see a really aggressive Kitsune rush that is barely going to be able to be utilized from AC Roos. Just the little tail end of it's going to be able to. The wall doesn't quite do as much as they wanted it to. Iron Lithium does come out with Terra Surge, and here comes the Blizzard. Iron Lithium just using the Fortify to stay non-frozen in that Blizzard, while Saber now finds the kill onto PK Master. And this does... Oh, okay. It was looking favorable for Aimless, but now, a couple reses later, it's hard to say. Honestly, pretty scrappy. Kind of hard to say. We do see Saber, I think, probably on high energy. We'll take a look at that in just a moment here. 49 energy here for Saber, just trying to get that Mercy. Trying to beam that Mercy down. That's a huge wall, actually, from Ari there. Isolating the PK Master, actually allowing Aimless Esports to get a big kill on the Junkrat. That's a lot of damage down now from AC Roos here. They're going to go for another res. This is a second res from Platy this fight, as the Suzu actually protects Mercy for the res. They get the res on PK Master, finally getting the damage back they need as as PK Master kills Bamboozle on the Tracer. The grab comes out. They're not quite able to focus enough damage, but they do they do actually pick up the Tracer again. That's a lot of reses. Honestly, we've seen 2 reses from both teams. This is one of the longest fights I've ever seen. This is insane, actually. The window comes down. All they have to do is kill this monkey, run down the overtime clock, and Aimless eSports will have their first match on the docket. There comes the Primal. This ends now from Kirith. Kirith wants to end this. Comes out the overclock. Is he going to be able to kill Saber? Saber, that's going to be the biggest kill they can possibly find. It's just stalling for so long. Iron Lithium with the hard stall. Primal is actually going to hold out this whole thing for so long. It looks so winnable for Aimless eSports, but now it's starting to pull away from them. Can they pull it together? Bamboozle just on the back of the cart uses the teleport back. Isn't able to stay alive for any longer, and now they're going to get the cap, and now it's really close, and this is what it comes down to. Honestly, this is the last fight, and something's got to give. You got to touch pretty soon. The cart is moving. They got 2 on cart. What's going to happen? And it looks like Iron Lithium trying to hold as much space as possible. Who's going to touch? It's going to be probably Cav on the Lucio. Someone's got to touch. Someone's got to touch. Anyone's got to touch. Anyone got to touch. That's going to be the touch. No C9 happening right here. The pulse bomb comes down. Doesn't find anyone. The rush is absolutely huge from Roos. Can they take advantage of it? It's a great spot. May on the cart there, holding as much time as possible. Saber down, but so is Iron Lithium. Neither team working with a tank here. The wall, not quite what you want to see. There's absolutely no splits, and that's going to be Charlie Niner. Wow. What a game. Extremely close. I mean, extremely close game. But it is going to fall in favor of AC Roos.
Calculated. That's 2. Clear out.
Wow. Good stuff. That's 2-0 so far for AC Roos. So what we're saying here, okay, let me just be honest what we're saying here. We're seeing Aimless eSports very confidently setting up the reverse sweep, okay? In order to get this to work, they first have to throw the first 2 maps and just give them to Aimless, to AC Roos. Then this is where Aimless eSports starts putting on their diffing gloves and coming in big. Okay, this is where Aimless eSports starts actually, passing the controller to the big brother, actually, drinks their energy drinks, shines their sneakers. This is the moment. This is the moment where the reverse sweep begins. Y'all think the reverse sweep can happen? Why is Aimless eSports title way over there? Let me move that. That's centered a little bit better. My OCD. There we go. Nice. That's my team. That's my school. Wow. Sheesh. Getting some support from the school in the chat. That's very cool to see. They're waiting on me, are they? I don't know. Okay, they're not waiting on me. Okay. No reverse sweep. Roos dominate. Sheesh. Okay. I have this monkey to help out Aimless. Is that even a monkey? What is that? I don't even know what that emote is. It's so tiny. It's really tiny on my screen. I don't even know if it's actually a monkey. That's the funniest part. Tiny is 2 donuts smack? Is that a tiny donut meme from yesterday? Let's go, Saber. I see you, Sam and Sam, rooting on your fellow Zarya player. Very cool. I'm asking the teams right now if they're taking a halftime. I'm indifferent. I don't really mind. Either way, this is Looks like AC Roos is not interested in a halftime. They want to take this momentum and keep it going. Okay. It is Aimless eSports map pick. And it looks like Aimless does want a 2 to 3 minute for bio break. So a little quick bio break here. I love the Let's Saber cook. It's very good. Love to see it. Tiny donut. Tiny donut. I I I believe. I think you have to believe in the reverse sweep. If you're watching this game, you don't even have a soul if you don't believe in the reverse sweep, unless you're really really dedicated to the ruse. And I get it. I get it. I get it. PK is gonna roll this next round. Yeah, maybe. I mean, he's been rolling like this entire time. Been doing pretty good. Following the hard stuck method, got to set up that reverse sweep. I agree. Yeah, say you can't reverse sweep the enemy team if you don't give them the first two games. That's an important step in reverse sweeping. It's really important to the culture. It could be a reverse sweep. We don't know. Maybe it's a reverse sweep. We don't know. Halftime resident sleeper. Listen, okay. Aimless Esports needs a moment to plan out their reverse sweep strategy. It's understandable. Not everyone has an LG Ultra Gear gaming diaper. Some people actually have to go to the bathroom. It's really weird. I know. Really weird. Play goats. Yeah. Yeah, let's just play goats. 5K PK Blade incoming. You had a vision. How to hit that 5 game gigabanger. Absolutely chicken McThugget. Oh my god. What a name. Pull out the big brig drive. You know, that's what I'm saying. Alaskan Pebble knows what's up. Got to pull out the brig dive. When am I going to see the teleporting the Symmetra into the enemy backline and wait, what? Sim teleporting the brig into the enemy backline using rally and then just like slapping everyone to death. Also, I want to thank the 29 people who made an effort to be out here tonight and watch this feature match. Support your favorite team between AC Roos and Aimless Esports. That's really awesome. Great to see all the support. Super cool to see. Really appreciate you coming out. All right, let's get an update here. I'm pretty sure it's been 2 to 3 minutes. Pretty sure it's been 2 to 3 minutes there, buddy. I might have to ask Aimless Esports if they realize that people in the chat are spamming a monkey to help them. I wonder if they know if that's some like internal meme that they understand. No, I'm not gonna ask them. We don't know. We'll never know. It's always gonna be. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We just saw a map change to Dorado. That's exciting. Oh, okay. Getty is the group leader. Got it. All right. Teams are readying up a little bit here. Just waiting on AC Roos to ready up for Dorado as map number 3. Just want to say, Dorado was also the map in which Hard Stuck began their legendary reverse sweep against Kentucky Fried Chicken last night.
Traveling to Dorado.
So we are setting the stage. This is the groundwork, right? This is the groundwork for the reverse sweep. This is the map you got to do it on. I respect the pick. I'm not going to forget. I promise I shall not forgore. I shall not forgore. We will actually watch Overwatch instead of my face. Five more seconds till we see the dive break comps emerge. We shall see.
Ready.
Neither team based. Honestly, both teams completely not based in the slightest. What is this? Neither team opting to play dive brig. We get almost dive brig from Aimless eSports there. The R playing the Symmetra, but no brig. What is that? Now the gate's going to open here in about 10 seconds. We have AC Roos defending with a Sigma comp on the high ground. I can respect that. And Aimless eSports opting to go with the Orisa. How does the Orisa comp really push a Sigma comp onto the high ground? That's something we're going to have to figure out here. What is going on? I didn't even see what was going on. They TP'd from the right side, and they're going to high ground right now. Even I, from a helicopter view, was fooled by the rotation that they took. And this is a huge rotation, actually, from Aimless eSports here. Already finds a brawl on top of the enemy team, playing the Symmetra. That's pretty interesting. Symmetra here on attack. Cav goes down, and that's not what you're going to receive your push. So here, we're going to see Aimless eSports kind of just like full retreating back to point. That they're going to have to push the card at some point in time. Now we're looking at a really strong spam lane developed on the high ground by AC Roos. Somehow you're going to have to overcome this. And like, okay, here comes the TP up top, but only Reaper takes it and they destroy the TP. And so now what? You just take spam from the high ground. Now you're in the range of taking the hyperspheres. So not much you can do about that. However, what are you going to do if you're AC Roos? Because at some point you do have to defend the point. You're going to see Sigma drop off the high ground. Kirither still up on top of the high ground, does actually find Ari here. And that's actually huge. Like, no one's stopping Kirith from being on top of the high ground up here and just like still holding above the bridge while Aimless eSports is attempting to make a push from bottom. What that's telling you, if you're on Aimless eSports right now, then you have to do something about the high ground before you start pushing the bottom. And I wonder if that is what they are thinking as well. Where are they? Okay, here they are. We're seeing a swap over to the Monkey. Saber now onto the Monkey here. We see Ari swapping onto the Genji, and now they're also playing Tracer. So they are kind of playing the hard stuck special, learning from what happened last time. And we're going to go into dive, it looks like. Some big jumps here from Saber and team. And we're going to get fire back from PK Master and an overclock from Kirith. So both DPS ults coming out from AC Roos, trying to clinch this up here. Now, if you are Aimless eSports, I mean, they did just use both their DPS ults. You expected them, they were going to have that. Now they don't have that. Now all they've got is a Sig Lift. So if you can just dodge a Sig Lift, you should be able to win this fight. In this fight, you should be able to build Primal. And so I'm expecting to see Saber potentially crack this fight wide open to the Primal. That is kind of the idea. We'll see a pretty big jump up here. Bubble down. Not a lot of follow-up, though. Genji tries to come up here as well. Deflect down as we see Saber jump back on top and give up the high ground again. So a little bit weird, a little bit scrappy. We see actually now the Sig pulling up the Primarily Monkey to get that 500 damage onto him. Monkey still is going to be able to find Kirith with the Primal. and they're going to get a res onto Kira, so the kill didn't even matter, except that Bamboozle does find a pulse bomb on PK Master. It looks like overall, after everything is said and done, AC Roos does still have control of this point here, still has control of the market. And meanwhile, we're kind of struggling to find like synergy. Is it synergy? I don't know. Like the synchronized pressure from Aimless eSports, I think is slightly lacking in this moment. They really need to find a target and focus them down. It needs to be Genji and Winston on the same target. Now, Bamboozle does swap over to the Pharah so they can play with this pharmacy strategy a little bit. We'll see how that goes. Maybe they can find something with this. Looks like they are trying to scout out Platy potentially over there on that side area. Are they going to go for the beat? That's interesting. They go for the beat here just to try to do an aggressive beat in. And here comes the blade now from Ari. Is Ari going to find the picks they need? He's certainly going to find a couple. Fantastic stuff here from the Genji blade. And now they've got the picks they need. They got the res they need. But can they finish it off? They still have to get the kills. They still have to push the cart, and here the stall has come out, right? AC Roos has done a good job at, even though they lost the fight, they still stalled this cart. The cart still hasn't capped, and potentially we might see another touch, although it's now looking pretty unlikely. Now, if you're AC Roos, this is a good mental regroup moment. You're going to have to just take the high ground, be very, very methodical about it, you know, and you're going to have to find some way to get some damage onto the Pharah. We do see PK Master thinking about maybe playing the Torb, but then thinks better of it and decides to go for the Soldier instead. Soldier on the high ground here does look actually really good, so I think it's a great choice. Another choice could have been Ashe, but they decided they are going to go with that Soldier, and they also swapped to a monkey of themselves. So Sigma goes back into the spawn room as we see Iron Lithium kind of opting into matching the monkey. Kirith able to find the Pharah, but not able to find the Mercy. So, of course, as they do, the Pharah does res the... the Mercy does res the Pharah. Bamboozle does have the barrage there, is able to kill Iron, but PK Master does kill Bamboozle back. We do get the res. That's a big res. Not the first, not the second, not the third time that Platy has res Iron Lithium this match. Iron Lithium being rezzed quite often by Platy, actually. Platy does actually get quite a few rezzes off in general. We see Primal now coming out for Aimless eSports as they push Mercy into the backline and kind of just team up on her. Really actually finding some more coordination than they were before. This is pretty good amount of coordination. They are actually finding some synchronized pressure here, getting the target focus down as you see PK Master going down. All the space is now in control of Aimless eSports as they start kind of taking over the high ground. And it's really on AC Roos to do something as they might be pushing up a little bit too far, maybe overextending on the monkey here, trying to get the kill on the Mercy if they can find any kill on the Mercy. And Iron Lithium, whole time, just had Primal. So it was all safe for him as long as he didn't lose out on the Primal. Ari now is dashing to deflect down, no kill, so it's kind of just sitting duck on point. They drop the rush. Rush is going to give him a lot of space on point here. PK Master, having increased stats in this zone, able to quickly find the kills they need. AC Roos is going to stabilize. Monkey Gaming from both sides here. Cav is on the Ana. Someone in the chat there said big Ana pick. Yo, Cav is on the Ana, and I'm just now kind of seeing that. The swap over to Lucio to Ana is interesting. I mean, like, once we start looking at dive here, we wouldn't expect to see the Ana come out. As Ari does go for the blade. Not really going to find anything. Unfortunately, just kind of dies before getting any value out of it. So does Iron. But Iron gets rezzed by Platy for, like, the trillionth time. Platy is kind of insane on the Mercy, honestly. The rezzes have been absolutely clutch. And so is Bionic Berry. They do get this res here, but this res not quite as spicy just because, like, it forces Saber to use the Primal, and this is, you know, it's a questionable Primal, but I mean, it's sort of working. I guess he hasn't died yet, and it still is kind of looking even. Bamboozle does find Kirith. Oh no. Oh no, it's not what you want to see. Slight hiccup of communication there, and it looks like Aimless eSports is going to do a letter number, good old-fashioned letter number there. Damn, okay, well, a little bit heartbreaking to see, honestly. we'll see if that was enough. That was still a pretty good push into second point. We're not looking at just like a stall under the bridge over here in first. We are looking at a push all the way. They did manage to cap this point over here. They got to push a little bit further, and they did get it under the bridge. So this isn't the worst push ever, but definitely if you're Aimless eSports, you're feeling a little bit crushed by that one, I bet. That one a little bit tough to take. These reses have been kind of like out of this world. Chat is going wild over these reses, and I totally agree with them. These resurrections, honestly, from both sides, like resurrections just constantly. There are some fights where we see both Mercies res 2 times in the same fight, and that's a lot. That's really showcasing the power of Mercy when Mercy is played well, and when Mercy goes a little bit less punished than she perhaps should be punished. She gets a lot of value. That's why she's really good, actually, here. Now, we are seeing a dive defense starting from Aimless eSports, as well as we're seeing the Sigma come back out from Iron Lithium here on AC Roos. Now, Sigma comp to start off here, not terrible, but not a whole lot of quick high ground access. So you are hoping that you're just going to spam your way through, as eventually here, Aimless eSports probably look at, ooh, that's interesting, really aggressive, dropping down from the high ground, using the bubble there. As Bamboozle does find Fenrir, so this actually is 1-up in favor of Aimless eSports at the moment. They are able to, Platy with the res on Fenrir is actually just kind of pulling this back together a little bit. We are back to a 5v5. So what's really interesting here is that you can almost see that Aimless eSports has been baited forward really hard, and you're kind of almost seeing Aimless eSports getting baited into overextending, as we see Kirith does find a kill on both the Pharah and the Mercy, and on the Monkey. Kirith just kind of comes out with a 3k there. And I think part of that was just playing a little bit too far forward as Aimless eSports. Just a little bit too far forward, a little bit too overextended. Should have let the enemy team come a little bit further towards that bridge, kind of play in the space that's like best suited for you. Also, we're going to see a quick recontest here. You're not going to take that point for free, they say, as Saber jumps back into the cart, drops the bubble, unfortunately dies immediately. Ari here on cart. I think he's already used Wraith, not quite sure. The Pharah does go down. Kirith kind of just on a tear right now. Kirith actually just killing everybody. Kind of insane to see. We're going to watch that from that perspective for just a moment here. Kirith is just maybe just finding their aim in the moment, just like popping off. Although caught in a little bit of a precarious situation there. Almost got crushed a little bit there by the Monkey. Monkey not able to finalize that, though. We do see Iron Lithium does pull out the Sig ult there at the end. Not sure. It's kind of unclear whether they really needed it. But it does clinch the point. It does get the point. It does show now that we have 4 minutes, 15 seconds on the clock. And the cart doesn't really have to move that far. So this is going to be tough. Now, this part of point is pretty tough to hold. It's pretty tough to take. It's kind of easy to hold because it's just huge high ground advantage. And especially when you're playing Sigma, it's kind of hard to defend, it's hard to make a push on that high ground as Sigma. However, if you look at Aimless eSports right now, they're super interested in playing very far forward, and it seems like AC Roos almost effortlessly baiting Aimless eSports into extending super far forward, perhaps even too far. We see Kirith on the enemy flank. Oh my god, Kirith is actually getting these crack shots, able to take down both Pharah and Mercy there. Wow, crazy stuff here coming from Kirith. The aim is just everything, and it's exactly what you need if you're AC Roos. Anything you can ask for from your DPS, this is exactly it. Crazy stuff. And PK Master also kind of pop off as well. And we're also going to see Visor coming up in this next fight from PK Master. Not a whole lot of tools available for Aimless eSports to defend this. They just have Cav on the Mercy with the Vow. See if they can hold this as long as possible. They get a jump in, a very confident jump from Saber. Try to take as much space as possible, but are they going to be able to withstand the power of this rush and Soldier ult? Oh my god. Oh my! Absolute pop-off moment for PK Master. Finds everything he could ask for and then some, as he's able to kill pretty much the entire enemy team with that combo. Really strong combo there between Fenrir and PK Master to take this one down. And that is now 3-0 in favor of AC Roos. This team is looking phenomenal.
Play of the game.
Wow. Well, rip the dream. We could always hope for a reverse sweep, but AC Roos says not today. There will not be a reverse sweep today. It's really important, though, in this moment, that Aimless eSports does not give up. Do not mentally unwind. This is not the time, because it is still important to have good tie breaks if you want to play for the top 6 playoffs. It's really important that you don't give away this game, because this could be the seeding you need to get 5th or 6th place in the top 6 playoffs. I did the math, and if you're 2-2, there's probably only 2 teams among the 12 that can go 2-2 and still make the top 6. Now, it's not guaranteed, but that's like the likelihood. There's probably going to be only 2 teams that can make top 6 with a 2-2 record. And right now, Aimless is pretty comfortable with their 2-0, but with that map result there, we are definitely going to be seeing it's going to be now 2-1. And if they then lose their next round, then it's possible they could get put below top 6, and that's something that should be concerned about right now. They need to win every map they can. This map still matters for them. Still matters quite a lot, actually. I can also, after this map, I can give an official congratulations to AC Roos, as with that map result, they have officially qualified for the top 6 playoffs. So no matter what happens now, no matter, absolutely, they could throw every game from this point forward and they still make the playoffs. Now, of course, they're not going to do that, but they are the first team to be guaranteed a spot in the playoffs with that map win. That's huge. That is really, really big. It's going to be Aimless eSports map pick. Now they're going to be choosing between the push maps. I'll give you a quick look at the map pool. Map pool here for push is going to be either, just any of the 3 push maps. And then after that, this is going to be over. So there's not going to be a map 5. No control map to go back to. It's still a close game, though. That was still a close game. We're not looking at any pushover games here. These are still really close games. Aimless eSports, despite not really winning any of these maps, still coming out and looking like a pretty fearsome team. Nothing to scoff at. Absolutely nothing to scoff at. Saber can cook up this win. Absolutely. Tiny-ish donut. Is Tiny-ish donut, Tiny Donut, is that you? Or is that somebody else memeing off of your name? Yeah, Nihilus. With a 3, you'll be guaranteed top 4 actually with 3 wins. Pretty sure you're guaranteed top 4. Could be 5th. That's very unlikely. I think at this point, I think it's not possible. So I think you are guaranteed top 4 with a 3-1 record, and it's still possible for AC Roos to go 4-0. Just in the tournament, they could win next round as well, round 4 of the actual tournament. But yeah, absolutely. Right now, AC Roos is number 1 seed. Number 1 seed and the first team to be qualified into the playoffs.
Initiating match.
Exciting stuff. Make sure not to forget to go to the scene. I promise. I promise not to forgore. So stop scoffing? What do you mean stop scoffing? This is me, Tiny Donut. Very cool. So are you a tiny donut or a tiny-ish donut? We all gotta know. You gotta be one or the other.
Ready for battle.
That's the tiny donut. The tiny donut. Very fun. Okay, we do see both teams starting to get ready here to play on Coliseum.
2, 1.
And we're going to see kind of the same picture as we've seen in a few other maps so far. Iron Lithium's going to start off on the Orisa, and Saber is going to start off on the Ramatra. In this scenario, I have seen, I think, in the past, the Ramatra does seem pretty well positioned against the Orisa here, but that always remains to be seen. I mean, this is not like high-level professional play. This is the plat tournament, so we'll never know. See, right off the bat, Bamboozle does go down to the Junkrat mine. Definitely not what you want to see if you're Bamboozle here, as he kind of gives a huge opening here for AC Roos to take space, push forward. Not much they can do. They're going to pull out the muscles, just play defensively for a moment there. Aimless eSports trying to withhold as many resources as possible, just trying not to lose any more numbers. Bamboozle is back. It is now back to being a 5v5. Game's underway. I did not Fergor. I absolutely did not. I see you in chat. Map's breaking out here, and it's kind of a fight for resources at the moment. What we're seeing is we're not seeing like any like big plays. Except now, okay, now the muscles come out. The muscles come out and they do get a kill, and Cav gets a kill on Platty. This is what you need. If you're Aimless eSports, this is absolutely what you want to see. Cav now picking up a 2K. Actually, really clean play here from Cav, picking up 2 kills there in that team fight. Excellent stuff. I don't praise supports enough. I should pay a little bit more attention to them. And so, yeah, absolutely. Cav doing a fantastic job here on Aimless eSports. Regroup's coming, and this is going to be tougher now. As we all know on this part of the map, it is a little bit tougher to attack into. It's so much high ground advantage against you, or sorry, high ground disadvantage played against you. We do see here Saber does have ult, but doesn't really opt to use it super quickly. Does actually go down here, and I think they're going to just choose to lose the fight, but I'm not quite sure. Kind of like stalling into this. It seems like there's almost some hesitancy, so that's really interesting. I'm almost curious as to why Saber didn't decide to ult to try to save himself there. Decides to just opts to take the death instead, and we'll just come back to the fight. We see, just take a quick look to see, yeah, he's on his way back there, getting sped back by the Lucio. Overclock comes out from Kirith on the high ground, kind of overcasted onto the point here. They're just going to kind of just give the bot up for free because they know they don't really have their tank back yet. You see Iron Lithium on the Monkey, kind of swapped off of that Orisa, kind of feeling like maybe the Monkey's the play. I kind of agree with that, actually. Monkey does look pretty solid here. Kirith taking the high ground, really solid positioning from Kirith here. Really scary player. Saber trying to find some opportunity to use the Annihilation, but really just getting poked out at every opportunity to go for. Here it's just going to be trying to get a stabilize from Aimless eSports. Just they're getting choked off of all the resources at all points in time, and all they want to do is just find some opportunity to use Annihilation. Here comes the rush, and this is going to be the moment I think we are going to see the Annihilation, although they might feel like they don't need any more ults. Hopefully that is the case for them, because they have actually used both, or have used 2 ults to spy. They don't need to commit anymore. It is going to be the bot pushing now back in Aimless eSports' favor. Saber now is seeming to hold this maybe he's holding the ult for Overwatch 3 when it goes back down to like 4v4. We don't know yet, but it could be coming out this fight. I imagine any moment now we're going to see this Annihilation. It has to. They have to use this Annihilation to walk past this area, because this is really hard to push around, especially with all these angles, all this range pressure. Like, at what point are you going to pull out the Annihilation? The beat comes down. Cav now used the beat here to make the aggressive push in. And we might see the hold for this Annihilation even longer. I mean, if you don't need to use it, I guess you don't need to use it. Here, the fight's lasting quite a while. kind of struggling to get these last picks, and the longer you struggle to get these last picks, this thing that happens exactly like this, where PK Master does find your flex support in the back line, and now it's looking pretty bad. The tire comes off the top. Is it going to find anyone? Does find Ari. And so maybe this fight did happen a little bit too slowly, didn't quite commit ults as fast as you perhaps wanted to. They get the res onto Kirith, and Kirith is now pushing onto point. The whole team, in fact, AC Roos is all here on point, and this is the moment that Saber decided to pull out the Annihilation, and this is actually a fantastic time to pull out Annihilation. Well held, yes, held for a long time, but held perhaps for the right moment. Some say he might be too methodical, some say he's not methodical enough, as Saber does win the fight for Aimless eSports in that moment, and what you see on the scoreboard right now is 75 meters to 56, actually in Aimless eSports' favor. This is Aimless eSports being poised to potentially win this game, which is exactly what they need to maybe, probably secure their spot in the top 6. You see Iron Lithium now back over to the Orisa, kind of just playing Mystery Heroes here, or Iron Lithium. Kind of swapping between Orisa and Monkey and back to the Orisa. We do see a fight win there, although, you know, the longer those get, the farther the bot gets here, the harder the fights are to continue winning as you're kind of attacking into them, because all that geometric advantage kind of just domino effects. Just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. See Bamboozle here trying to find some flank action, but just kind of gets zoned out before anything really happens. Aimless eSports going to pull out the muscles. However, they're going to have to play against this rush. The Suzu comes down to protect against the full spawn there. Perfect timing. Kirith does find Cav. Kirith still overclocking. And that's 2 kills now. 2 kills for AC Roos, finding pretty much everything they need to walk this cart back up this hill and maybe even get their close spawn. Cav doing anything he can to keep them from getting the close spawn here. And so is Ari. Just trying to make sure that bot doesn't go any further. The tire comes out. Tire's looking for literally anyone. Tire can find anyone. And there, Bionic Berry is just probably wanting to Suzu, but has no idea when it's going to explode. And PK Master just kind of outplays Aimless eSports with the tire. Lithium gets a nice 2K. Bamboozle jumps off the edge, and we see now close spawns available for AC Roos. Just because you have close spawns doesn't mean you're in the lead, though. We have 88 meters currently in favor for Aimless eSports, and we have Saber with another ultimate ability. So we'll see if this is going to take into action here. Saber going to have to use this probably to take over this fight. Maybe not. We'll see. There's a lot of ults available, but they are going to use it. And to some great effect, as you can see. As soon as it's used, we do get a couple of kills here in favor of Aimless eSports. And we see the rest of AC Roos kind of just like cowering in fear, going back as far as possible. Although, whoa, Iron Lithium actually almost got an environmental kill by pushing Saber off of the edge, but not quite. Saved a little bit by the ledge there. Kind of a fight over bot control over here on the side, as Tracer just kind of gives it up. Can't really hold it forever, but can kind of nudge it. PK Master does find Bamboozle on the sideline. Seeing Aimless eSports starting to stabilize up here. They've got their Zarya out. They swapped off with the Ramatra. Zarya, I think, just to kind of play it towards an advantage against the Orisa. Kirith comes out with the overclock. Trying to see whatever they can find. That's 1. We're going to see 2. Looking to almost 2, maybe. Looking maybe focus here. Oh, what a shot. Headshot onto Bionic Berry. And it might actually take down Saber as well, but Saber... Yeah, Saber is going to go down. So, as we can see now, 96 meters, 98 meters, 99, 100. That's 100 meters. And AC Roos is ahead. Head not just on the bot, but... No, it's pretty even on the ults. It's actually pretty even on the ults. I'm seeing potentially Ari coming out with an overclock here in this fight. I'm imagining that's what we're going to see in a moment here. Yeah. Throughout the field, the slow field comes down. Doesn't really slow anymore. We're going to see. Maybe might find someone really trying to go up to the angle there. Doesn't find anything. In fact, PK Master kind of schmooved a little bit there, getting outside of that area. As we see PK Master coming up with the tire. Counter tire could be absolutely massive. Benyer picks off Ari on the sideline. This tire going an absolute, like, path to Mordor. Bot getting now dangerously close to the finish line here. AC Roos. Grav comes out, not eaten. Iron just kind of fortifies through it. There's not really much value, but has anyone to touch. Someone has to stay on touch right now. if you're Zarya, you kind of have to stay on the cart. It's looking kind of bad, but actually Ari does find a kill on PK Master. Really low. Has to use the lamp to stay alive here. The Terra Surge is actually really tough to deal with. Now it looks like we're probably going to see the C9 because I don't know how much longer you can hold this. Cav here just has to hold long enough for the team to come back. So if you're Cav, you just got to be really careful and just stay alive as long as possible. But that's going to be it. AC Roos clean with the 4-0 record untarnished. AC Roos came into this match with an undefeated 4-0 status on every single map, and today does not lose it. Absolutely insane gaming coming from AC Roos, the clear and absolute top team in the tournament. First seed has already absolutely qualified for the playoffs and is probably the scariest team in this tournament. Probably the scariest team in this tournament. Let's see if we want to get any post-match interviews. Interviews, anyone? We'll see if we can get any post-match interviews in here. I'm going to open up Discord and hope I don't get screwed for it. Come on, Discord, don't crash my PC. Please don't crash my PC. Okay, we have one PK. PK Master wants to get in here and tell us a little bit more about AC Roos. Just a second. PK Master.
Hello, hello.
Hello, how are you?
We're doing pretty good.
I imagine you would be. It's an exciting time to be an AC Roos fan. I mean, you are at this point completely undefeated on not just on matches, but on maps. How does that make you feel?
We all feel great about it. There's been a lot of pressure to keep up this streak, but we're happy to have continued it tonight. It got really close in that Kings Row game, but
Oh yeah,
you know,
that got really close. That was crazy close. Wow. So you guys are a crazy team, really good team. Tell me about your coaching staff.
We have one coach right now.
Yeah.
Because we all go to the same college, so
Okay.
he just kind of helps out and teaches, or not teaches, but he just raw reviews games. He's pretty good about giving us good advice. And I think like a couple months ago we were mostly golds, and now we're like at plat. So we feel
Wow.
pretty good about everything.
Couple months, you kind of just all gained from gold to plat, and that's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
Wow.
we've been doing pretty well with like coordination and just team call outs and
Yeah.
just trying to actually get synergy built up. We found what works for us and we keep it clean.
That is clean. So did you watch yesterday's feature match?
I did actually, yeah.
Are you afraid of hard stuck at all? Are they kind of intimidating?
I mean, it was a hell of a series from them. I'll definitely give them that. But
No, I totally agree.
I think we're up for the challenge. I not think we have any reason to be worried just yet.
No reason to be worried by their amazing tracer player.
I mean, did you watch that last map? I mean, I kind of one shot the tracer every time she dove us. So
You know, that is true. Okay. Whoa, whoa. Okay.
so
Okay. Yeah. Fair enough.
who should really be worried here?
Who should really be worried? Okay, let me ask you the better question. Who do you want to play against if you could pick a team to play against?
Man, we prepped since week 2 for KFC, and we still have not played KFC.
Okay.
But we'll play whoever. Hardstuck or KFC, I would say, are our two most like we want to play against them.
Yeah, I mean, depending on how the games go, you might end up playing against KFC. I did already set out kind of like how I plan on doing the pairings for next round, just like those sort of 1-3-2-4, and then it kind of goes on from there. Depends. KFC still has a really good record. Like let's be clear here, right? KFC's got like 2-1
sure.
and an incredible points differential. So like they're still up there on the standings, and it's very possible you could play against them next round.
We also want to replay against Topaz. We think that would be a fun series.
Yeah,
Lapa
true.
Man, Lapa Man likes to talk, you know.
He likes to talk some smack, but you already played against Topaz, so in a Swiss you can't play against him again until the playoffs.
Oh yeah, that's why we hope to meet him again there.
Oh yeah, you might meet him again there. They maybe. We shall see. There's a lot of games still left to be played. A lot of match results I still got to check in with tonight, and there's one more game on Saturday, and then we'll get a much clearer picture of like what's really going on. So, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Thank you
definitely.
for coming in for the post match interview. And sorry I talked a lot through.
No, you're all good, man.
All right, man. Well, you have a great night.
Thank you,
Congrats
thank
to your
you.
team.
Thanks.
Yep. Have a good one. All right. Thank you so much for 30 viewers coming out to support these two teams. Really loved seeing you guys over here. Yeah, we're gonna do more feature matches. We're gonna get probably I might be featuring the match on Saturday. There's nothing tomorrow, but Saturday we might go see the other match that's still kind of pending. Let's take a look. Match schedule. It's the Clappers versus the Tater Tots on Saturday. It's 6 p.m. EST. That's 3 p.m. Wow, that's really early. Wow, 6 p.m. EST. Okay, yeah, I will probably feature that one. So tune in on Saturday to see the Bibib Clappers versus Tater Tots. So I don't know if we've seen Tater Tots yet. They're the one with the really cool logo with the Sigma that holds out his hand, and there's just like instead of hyperspheres, there's two Tater Tots. It's a great team logo, absolutely top tier stuff. So anyway, thank you guys again for coming out, supporting LFGS. I appreciate it, and I will see you guys in the next feature match.